Hi, just going to give Trees Guy here, going to give a little talk today on step learning. I'm a little slower than the other ones. There's lots of great martial artists out there, great spinners out there, performers and stuff, and everything that I've done with it has not been natural. It's been really, really hard for me. Started at an older age, so it makes it more difficult. So I'm going to talk about step learning, and then I'm going to show the finger roll, because this really relates to how I learned how to do the finger roll. Step learning, simply when I do it in Taekwondo, is taking things and breaking it down further. If I see a trick I like, I can't just go and try that trick. I need to break it down and find out what happens. So I'm going to give an example here. Just on striking across, the first way I learned to strike across is big moves, of course, because I was a martial artist. It's not really good for trick spinning. So then I bring it in, and I learn how to do it from side to side here. Also moving my waist a little bit so I'm not actually striking myself, but actually wrapping it so it doesn't hurt. Your elbow staying up is important in this particular move. When you go like this, then things don't happen right. So you got to keep that elbow up. And then I like the vertical hand roll, but I like to do it horizontal. So my next step would be to learn horizontal. I've still got this movement. It already feels comfortable. And then it's just going to go from thumb to pinky, and then pinky to thumb. There, I did the horizontal. You're going to take it up. That's your second step. Then your third step would be make it a little more difficult. Going twice in the same direction when you're doing rolls is harder than just doing, this is just going one and then coming back two. That's a fairly easy move. So then I'm going to step it up again. I'm also going to try left and right, because you want to make sure that you're good on both sides. So then I would come around here like this, go two that way, and then two this way. Okay? So you just stepped it up. Then if you want to fancy it up a little bit from there, I might be going back and forth here, and I come across, or actually I go ahead and do the wrist roll, and then I come across and catch it, bring it over, again do a wrist roll, come across and check it out, and there you've got a little bit of fancier move. So that's what you do. You take it in steps. You start with just getting used to that the momentum of your weapon is going that direction, and that you're keeping it on that horizontal plane. Okay? So that likens to the finger roll in that I had to take it in steps. I couldn't just look at a finger roll and try it. I tried. You know, that's what the result is. Something totally spastic like that. So I started the same on the finger roll. The only difference is I have 7 links on my chain. If you have 5 links, you might just need one finger. But because I have 7, I'm going to use 2 fingers for a finger roll. A lot of the speed checkers only use 3 links. Or they have their cord accordingly, smaller or bigger. But since I have this big chain, because that's what I do in martial arts, because there's more strikes that require that big chain. So I started out just the same as I did a minute ago, going back and forth here, because that movement is going to help me keep that horizontal plane, so I can do the horizontal finger roll. So I start out by just bouncing it off my shoulders like this. And then I go ahead and I just get some movement going that direction with the weapon. When I do this, I make sure that this stays, again, horizontal. You don't want to do a helicopter like that with the stick hanging down. It doesn't work as well. You want to keep the horizontal plane. So again, back and forth here, and then maybe 2 strikes over here. And then when I come back, I'm going to do those two strikes. And then the next time, I'm going to stick my fingers up like I'm a Boy Scout, doing a pledge here. And stick those 2 fingers up, because I'm already going in that direction. They're going to go around the fingers, and then when I catch, I usually go around the thumb again and catch with the hand and complete the move. Okay? So, done correctly. 1, 2, just my practice run, and then 1, 2, stick my fingers up, and there you go, and you have your finger roll. Thanks. That was really good.